Hi, I'm Andrew, and these are the four things that I found interesting from my paper, For the Record, The Life, Death, and Resurgence of the Vinyl Record. Afterwards, I'm going to explain what my final project's going to be and a small little editorial calendar that I want to proceed for my social media page. So, as I was doing this research, I discovered that individualism is a big part of record collecting, especially within our generation and younger generations. They always try to find a way to stick out, and having a unique pressing or a collection or amount, they all go with individualism and help keep this subject alive and bring it to the forefront. McDonald's came out with this flexi disc, and what a flexi disc is like a piece of magazine paper with grooves on it that can play on your record player at 33 RPM. And so McDonald's menu song, if it could play all the way through, you could win $1 million from them. But at the time, no one won until like 2018, where a guy found it under a newspaper, and McDonald's actually paid out. I think McDonald's was really effective with this because it was such a huge turnout at its time. A lot of people were really into it, and it actually helped McDonald's sales in 1988 boost even more. Right here are two YouGov studies I found from 2019. I find it very interesting that vinyl was researched in this revival because before the revival, it was not really cared for. I mean, Billboard tracked it to figure out what was the number one album at the time, but like nowadays, we're looking at how vinyl is carefully researched. Like on the left hand side, it says 36% of Generation Z, 28% of millennials, 33% of Generation X, and 36% of baby boomers were willing to buy vinyl at this time. That is phenomenal. That shows that the revival is carrying out from all walks of life. And then on the right hand side, it talks about supporting your favorite artists and how people are more than 50% willing to buy their favorite artists on a physical format. That shows that music is so alive and effective nowadays. It it's great. I think music is not gonna back down. People are always gonna continue supporting their favorite artists in whatever means, especially after this pandemic when concerts come back. It's gonna, I feel like physical music and live music is just gonna explode. So lastly, for my final project, I want to do a complete e-guide of how to collect records. Um, I want to grab a lot of in-depth research into this guide. I want to make it very optional and very like feasible for anyone that wants to start a collection. I want to give options. I want to give testimonies from other collectors so it feels more like a community into this e-guide. I feel like a lot of resources that I've started when I became my collection, they were very cut and dry, and they were like, you gotta do this, gotta do that, gotta do that. Whereas my guide will be more focused on like other options and getting people motivated and like self-efficient. I don't want to feel like record collecting should be a requirement, but there's some things that go into record collecting that should feel like it's a community, because at the end of the day, you're networking with people, you're asking people for recommendations, you're uh, opening your ears to new experiences, and I want my e-guide to relate to that. And then lastly, on the right hand side, it's just a basic editorial calendar that I want to do for my social media pages. It's just gonna be new music on a Monday, Wednesday variation, which are different color records and different pressings, and then finally Friday findings. It's just something I found at the record store. Thank you, and have a great day.